For over 200 million years, it has waited silently at the water's edge. It watched the mighty dinosaurs rise, and it watched them fall into extinction. Yet almost nothing about it has changed. This is the Nile crocodile, a living fossil, and Africa's most fearsome ambush predator. Stretching across the rivers and swamps of Africa, it is the continent's largest reptile. A big male can grow beyond 5 meters long and weigh over 700 kilograms. That is heavier than a grand piano, all of it wrapped in armored skin and powered by pure, patient muscle. Its family is impossibly old. Crocodiles first appeared during the age of the dinosaurs, and when the great asteroid struck and wiped those giants away, the crocodiles endured. They survived the extinction that ended an entire world. The design was already perfect, and it simply did not need to change. Look, raised bony plates called scutes, each one reinforced with bone beneath the surface. This is living armor, tough as a shield, yet threaded with sensors so delicate the animal can feel a single drop touch the water in the dark. Its whole body is designed to disappear. The eyes, ears, and nostrils sit high on top of the head in a perfect line, so the crocodile can sink until only these remain above the surface. It sees you, it hears you, it breathes, while the rest of it vanishes underwater. And then it motionless for hours, drifting like a harmless, waterlogged log. It does not twitch. It does not blink. It costs almost no energy at all. This is the patience of a predator that has all the time in the world. An ant head to drink. It scans the water and sees nothing but a floating branch. Nothing moves. The surface is calm. For a long, agonizing moment, the whole scene holds perfectly still, and the crocodile does not make a sound. Then becomes a monster. The crocodile launches upward with terrifying speed, jaws wide, exploding out of the calm river. There is no warning, no chance to run. The strike is over almost before the eye can even register it. And the scientists have measured the bite of a large Nile crocodile at over 5,000 pounds of pressure. It is the strongest bite force ever recorded in the living world. Once those jaws close, nothing on earth can pry them back open. The mouth is not made for chewing. Each tooth is a blunt spike, built to seize and to hold. Once they sink into flesh, they lock like a bear trap. The prey cannot pull free. The grip is simply, absolutely unbreakable. But how does an animal that cannot tear apart its meal? The answer is horrifyingly simple. The crocodile clamps down and then it spins. Rolling its entire massive body over and over in the water, it twists chunks of flesh clean away. This is the infamous death roll. The death part, and it drags the victim down, deep beneath the surface, to drown. A crocodile can pull a creature far larger than itself into the water. Even a full-grown buffalo can be hauled under and held there. Once a feast unlike any other. Across the Serengeti, more than 1 million wildebeest are on the move, following the rains in the endless loop of the Great Migration, and their path leads straight to the rivers, straight to the ambush. The herds gather at the edge of the Mara River, thousands upon thousands of them, packed tight and nervous. They must cross to reach the fresh grass on the far side. But the water ahead is deep, fast, and hiding the largest crocodiles in all of Africa. They hesitate, they wait. Then one into the river in a thundering panic of hooves and spray, and the water comes alive. Dark shapes converge from every direction, closing in on the swimming wildebeest. This is the crossing gauntlet, and the crocodiles have been waiting all year. A crocodile seizes a wildebeest by the leg and pulls. Others rush in to share the kill, tearing at the carcass together in a churning frenzy. For a few violent minutes, the river belongs entirely to the reptiles. Then the survivors scramble up the far bank, and the water falls silent again. That single crossing can feed a crocodile for an astonishingly long time. Because it is cold-blooded, it burns energy incredibly slowly. After one large meal, a Nile crocodile can survive for months. In extreme cases, a big adult can go for more than a year without eating a single bite. This crocodile does not waste fuel keeping itself warm. Instead, it borrows heat from the world around it. On the riverbank each morning, you will find them basking, lying still in the sun, quietly charging their bodies like living solar panels. You will often see a basking crocodile holding its mouth wide open, as if frozen mid-yawn. It is not a threat. It is how it cools down. Heat escapes through the thin skin of the mouth, keeping the brain from overheating in the punishing African sun. It is air conditioning, reptile style. But there you ever expect. When the dry season comes, the female climbs onto a sandy bank and digs. Carefully, she carves out a nest and lays as many as 60 eggs, burying them deep in the warm, protective earth. And then she does something remarkable for a reptile. She stays. For 3 long months, the mother guards her nest without leaving, barely eating, driving off every predator that comes near. In a world where most reptiles abandon their eggs, this crocodile keeps a fierce and unbroken watch over her young. When the time finally comes, the tiny hatchlings begin to chirp from inside their shells, still buried in the sand. The mother hears them. She digs down with those enormous, deadly claws and gently uncovers her babies, answering a call that has echoed across 200 million years of these animals. Then comes the most astonishing sight of all. The same jaws that can crush bone and shatter a buffalo's leg now open with impossible gentleness. And one by one, the mother scoops her fragile hatchlings up, cradling them inside her mouth, behind those terrible teeth, without leaving a single scratch. With her mouth down to the water's edge. There, in a quiet, sheltered pool, she releases them into the world. For a little while, this fearsome predator becomes a devoted guardian, watching over her chirping young in their first fragile days of life. But the river their mother does, the vast majority of these hatchlings will not survive their first year. Herons, monitor lizards, fish, and turtles all hunt the tiny newborns. Out of a nest of 60, perhaps only a handful will ever reach adulthood. But those few that endure inherit something extraordinary: time. A Nile crocodile that survives its dangerous youth can live for 70 years, and some may reach a full century. And unlike us, it never truly stops growing, adding size and power with every passing decade of its long, watchful life. The oldest ancient giants, scarred from decades of battles, rule their stretch of water like kings. They have seen countless seasons come and go, watched generations of prey pass by, and outlived nearly every other creature they have ever shared the water with. But this Nile crocodile is one of the most dangerous animals to humans on Earth. Every year, it is responsible for hundreds of attacks across Africa, far more than lions or sharks. To share a river with this predator is to live with real danger. For millions, it is where they fetch water, wash clothes, and catch fish. And it is where the crocodile waits. The same instinct that seizes a wildebeest does not distinguish a person from prey. It is a heartbreaking, ancient conflict with no easy answer. And yet no cruelty. It is simply doing what 200 million years of evolution have shaped it to do, following an instinct older than humanity itself. It is not evil. It is one of the most successful hunters ever to exist. And the rivers of Africa need it. As the apex predator, the crocodile keeps the whole system in balance. It removes the sick and the dying, controls the fish populations, and recycles nutrients through the water. By feasting on the drowned, it even cleans the rivers of the migration's dead. Its influence runs even deeper. The pools that crocodiles dig and defend become refuges for fish in the dry season. Their abandoned nests shelter other creatures. Where crocodiles thrive, the whole river thrives with them. Remove this ancient predator, and the entire web of life around it begins to fray. For all its strength, even this survivor is not untouchable. Hunted for its prized skin, poisoned by pollution, and squeezed out as rivers are dammed and drained, the Nile crocodile has vanished from many places it once ruled. A predator that outlasted the dinosaurs now faces its most dangerous enemy, us. 200 single, patient predator. The Nile crocodile is not a monster, and it never was. It is a masterpiece of endurance, the last living echo of the age of dinosaurs. And whether that echo continues is now entirely